Hey friends, it's Tresa. I am back with another DIY recipe for you to help you remove toxins from your home and make cleaning healthier and more affordable. Today I'm going to make toilet pods. They're going to be little squares, and when you pop them in the toilet they'll fizz and you can scrub, and they're going to do a great job cleaning your toilet, and they're so simple to make. So you do need some sort of a silicone mold. I have this one, just little squares. It doesn't matter what shape they are. You want them to be about this size though. I think this fits about maybe a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. So I use that to make dishwasher pods as well. I don't have a current working dishwasher, but I'll show you the recipe someday. But these are super easy. So we're gonna start with baking soda. Just whatever baking soda. I pick up this, it's a couple bucks at the grocery store. I've got a cup of baking soda in this bowl. And the next thing I'm gonna do is add a 1/4 cup of citric acid. So citric acid, this is actually a food grade citric acid that I got from Azure, and you can use this for sometimes for canning and stuff, but I mostly use it for this kind of thing. So we're going to add the citric acid. That's what's going to make it fizz, actually. So what you want to do is you want to mix your baking soda and your citric acid really well together, because when you add the liquid that we're going to put in here, it's going to get fizzy. So I've got those mixed pretty well, and I am going to add 1/2 tablespoon of castille soap. So I have a tablespoon here, and I'm gonna just fill it about halfway with, this is just a liquid unscented castille soap. You wanna make sure it's unscented and it's just a nice clean liquid soap. And what is in castille soap is saponified organic coconut, olive, and jojoba oils. And this has a natural rosemary extract and olive oil. Aloe vera. So not scented and super clean. And then you're going to add about 15 drops of essential oil. So the oil that I'm using today is a dōTERRA blend. They call it the refreshing blend, adōde. It's a really great oil for cleaning and has really powerful cleaning properties. So it'd be great for the toilet. So you're going to put 15 drops of essential oil. I'm going to mix that in with the castille soap, and then I'll pour them both in together. So let's do that. Okay, so I've got my essential oil in with my castille soap. Let me tip this down so you can see I'll show you as it fizzes though. So I'm just gonna pour that in, make sure I get it all in there. And then if you can see, it's already starting to fizz up a little bit. So I'm gonna stir that up and get that all mixed in till it's kind of the consistency of like wet sand. Now, of course, it's gonna stick to my spatula, so I'm gonna scrape that off and keep stirring. Because you just want that liquid to be really well distributed throughout the, okay. So if you just stir it really, really well, you can smell the essential oil. It smells great. All right. So it kind of feels, and you want it to like stick together a little bit when you plump it. And if it doesn't, you might want to add just a few more drops or a squirt of castille soap, just to make sure, because you want this to hold together when you put it in the mold. So I just added a little bit more, and I'll show you. And just keep stirring and stirring and stirring until it's really, really well mixed. So now it's sticking together a little bit better. Keep going. Oh, no wonder. It was 1.5 tablespoons. All right, so I'm gonna add another. Okay, so I had the recipe wrong. No wonder it's not. So I'm adding the rest of the castille soap. So 1.5 tablespoons. I'll make sure that I put the recipe in the comments below for you. Oh, much better. Now it's doing its thing. Okay. I guess I read the recipe wrong. Sorry about that, folks. Much, much better. Now you can see, and here it's like clumping, right? And it is like wet sand, and it is perfect. Exactly for what we want to happen. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this mold and I'm gonna take it and I'm going to put, yeah, it fits about a tablespoon into each one. And so what you wanna do is you wanna fill each individual one, and then you're gonna press down what's in there and just keep going until you either fill them all or use up all that you have. This should fill pretty much all of them, I'm pretty sure. So this is actually the first time I've made these, but I have made similar things before and they work great. So this is a different recipe, but I'm expecting it to be awesome. So I don't know. Do you want me to show you when I actually use one? I don't know if you want to see toilet fizzing in my video, but you might. So we're just gonna keep going. It gets a little messy, but it's easy cleanup and it's all really clean ingredients. So whatever you spill it on, you just take a wet rag, or like I use a Norwex cloth, and I will just wipe the counter, and the ingredients are so great and clean, it'll clean the counter too. So, all right, so I'm gonna tip this again so you can see what I'm doing. If you can see that, you can't see me, but that's okay. And then what I'm doing is I'm just pressing it down. Now the thing about the citric acid is you want to check this, because you may find that for the first couple hours as it sits, the citric acid starts to puff up a little bit. And when it does, you want to press it down, because you want to make sure that it stays packed down so that it's going to harden. So I'm going to leave this for probably a day or two, and I'll check it tomorrow and see if it's hardened or not. And I will come back on, before I finish up this video, I will come back on and I will make sure that I show you when they're hard and how I pop them out, and I store them in a glass jar. But if you can see that, they're all packed down and they're ready to go. And I'm gonna let this sit. And I now have 2, 3, 4, about 20, almost 24. They're not all full, so I may adjust them a little bit, but about 20 or 24 toilet pods, which will last me. I only have one bathroom in my house right now, so that's gonna last me if I use it once a week for like a few months. And it probably cost me $2 to make them with all the ingredients. Super, super affordable. I know I'm not putting anything toxic in my septic system, and it's gonna get it really clean, and I don't mind grabbing a toilet pod, throwing it in. I'm not getting any chemicals on me. It's awesome. So I'll come back and show you when I'm finished. Toilet pods are done, and I actually forgot about them and I let them sit for about a week, but I wanted to show you. They pop out. They're nice hard cubes. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pop them into a jar and put them in the bathroom. And then what you do, see, they just, let me see if I can tip this so I can show how easy they pop out. So you just push on the bottom of the silicone mold and they pop right out. And so then what I'll do is I'll pop one of these in the toilet, let it sit for a few minutes, it fizzes, and then just swish it around with the toilet brush, and you've got a great homemade, simple, DIY toilet cleaner that's non-toxic and really gets your toilet clean. So I'll pop the recipe below. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. If you're interested in learning more about how you can make over your pantry or all the products that you use in your home and get rid of toxins so that you can be healthier. It really does make a big difference to your health, to pain, inflammation, all sorts of chronic conditions can be caused by pain and inflammation and by all these chemicals that are in our products. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll put a link below. I have a pain assessment, I have a pain challenge coming up, and I also have and the challenge is really about removing toxins. So it's not just about pain. I'm calling it that, but we're gonna go through all the different things. I'm gonna give you lots of tips, DIY recipes, some detox recipes, and some essential oil recipes, and lots of things to help you get yourself on track. And then if you're really interested and you want to deep dive, we can set up a time and you can get one of my makeovers. I do pantry makeovers, I do product makeovers, or I do a combination of them, and they're on sale right now. I'm continuing the sale. It is still the Easter season, so I'm continuing that sale for a bit longer, and you could check that out as well. So check the links below, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. God bless.